So right now we're in our spaces a lot because there aren't really that many other places to be. So we want our spaces to feel good, to feel fresh, to feel nice, to feel calming. So with my spare time, I decided that I would do a big declutter of my space. More of a space clear out, really. A little bit of decluttering and then mostly organizing. And we're starting with the bedroom. So here is the bedroom right now. We've got all of this stuff over here. And around here, we have bags of stuff that used to sit under our bed. Luke recently got us a koala bed frame and it's so good. I love it, but it doesn't have under the bed storage like our old bed used to have, which I kind of love because I hated all of the stuff being in that storage. But also it just means we now have a bunch of stuff that we don't have places for. I'm hoping a lot of it I can get rid of because I haven't decluttered under the bed probably since we moved in. It's been a hot second. So that's where I'm going to start. So much crap. A lot of this stuff is travel stuff and winter stuff, and I feel like it's so easy with that stuff to be like, I don't need it. When would I ever use that? And then when you get to the point where you're like about to go to Europe, you're like, oh wow, I wish I kept that. We are just going into winter, so things like gloves, like still, you don't use those in Australia. That's traveling, and I never plan to travel anywhere cold again, so I said that with way too much confidence. There's gonna be a point in my life where I'll need to travel somewhere cold, but like, God, I don't want to. I hate the cold. Then you've got things like shower hanging stuff, storage bags, jumpers. I want to decrease this pile to only the necessities, so I'm going to go through it all one by one. Classic. I'll create a to-go pile and a to-keep pile, and we will see what we end up with. This is all the stuff that I'm keeping. I've got a big puffy jacket because I remember how useful that was when I was in the UK. I was so cold and that was the only thing that would keep me slightly warm. I've got some track pants and a jumper that are just good for winter. I've got like toiletries bags, some heaps of thermals because you need those if you're ever gonna go somewhere cold, as well as a scarf and travel bags. Pretty much all of it is travel stuff. I know even if I go to Melbourne, because Melbourne compared to the Gold Coast is so cold, I will need my thermals and my puffer jacket because I just get so freezing. But here's the stuff that I'm getting rid of. Over here we've got frames that I don't need. I wouldn't put them up anyway, so I've taken the certificates out of the frame so I can just store them somewhere else. I've got broken bags, I've got little bags that I would never use, some hot water bottle I never used, as well as some clothing that I know I wouldn't wear. So I probably didn't get rid of quite as much as I wanted to. I wanted to get rid of more than that, but I also know it would be very expensive to try and replace all that warm stuff if I did have to travel to Melbourne in winter or anywhere else where it just gets colder than the Gold Coast. So under the bed has these kind of like slots where you can put stuff. On the Koala website, they just had like this beautiful stack of books that look so lovely. My bed will probably not look that lovely, but also you really can't see under the bed when you're just standing normally, so I'm not that worried. So I'm gonna put these that I took out of their frames into my important documents folder. Then I've got these two like track pants and jumper that honestly probably just need a wash before I wear them because they've been sitting under my bed for some time now. Just having that corner clear with our garbage bags in it makes me feel very happy. Now I'm going to look at this. So I reorganized this recently. You would have seen it in a video, but I didn't really go through it thoroughly. There are definitely things here that I could get rid of. My linens, I feel I got rid of all the stuff that we don't use, but probably more like these baskets here have a few bits and pieces in them that I think I don't really need. Isn't it funny that when you organize, you're never thinking about decluttering, but really decluttering would make organizing so much easier? Like when I organized all of this, there's this whole basket filled with stuff that I don't really need. But instead of getting rid of it, all I'm thinking about is like, how can I work this into this space? This basket is filled with like little knickknacks that I bought on sale from pretty much solely KKK, because I was like, oh, these will be really good for Secret Santa gifts at work. Now that isn't something that's really going to come up. I still think like all this stuff is really nice. So So it's probably something that I can give maybe to my sister or to people that I know, but I don't think that I need it. I'm gonna go ask my sister if it's something that she would want because she might get use out of it. There's not like a crazy difference, but it still feels better for sure. So next area I'm looking at is the pantry. It actually doesn't look that disorganized. I did a full pantry organization video not that long ago, and it doesn't look that bad now, but I still just feel like it could definitely be organized more and look better. And there's stuff in here that I know that we're not going to use, so I want to clear that out. So I'm gonna take this all out of our tiny pantry, put it on the floor, do a declutter, put it back in. Fun days. Everything from the cupboard is now on the floor, and we've got empty shelves that I want to clean out. Ew. There are a lot of empty jars that were just taking up space that obviously used to have stuff in them. So at least I'll be able to move those out or fill them with stuff. And I've already seen so much stuff that I'm like, we're never going to use that. Like, Luke bought this for my birthday last year, not as a present. He made me agadashi tofu because I really wanted like at-home agadashi tofu. Smells disgusting, but the agadashi tofu tasted really good, but we're probably never going to use this whole packet of it again. Look, it looks so gross. Ugh. Look at all these empty jars and those. So I'm keeping all of that, and then I've just got a bag filled with stuff that can go. Most of the to-go stuff is just old food or food we bought for a specific purpose that I know we won't use again. It makes me conscious that if we ever have a recipe that requires like a small amount of something that we wouldn't usually buy, it's best to get it at a bulk store or something like that where you can just get the exact amount required, because otherwise it just ends up going to waste.
Am I in that?
Yeah.
I couldn't see myself, so I was like, am I there or am I not?
You were there.
I'm going to move to the laundry.
Okay, bye. Now I'm gonna do a bit of a clean of the shelves and start putting things back in. As we can see, I did a little bit of labeling, a little bit of jar emptying, so I've got to sort of put these away and figure out how that's all gonna work. Okay, I am honestly shook by the end result. Like, I don't really know how that happened. I feel like I just got some things out, got rid of like not that much, and now it just looks so much better, I think. And I'd like the adults of the audience to answer me here. I'm still learning to keep home, but I think that a pantry is one of those things you probably need to go through every quarter. Is that me having too much stuff, or is that normal? I don't know. I'm not much of a cook, so that probably contributes to it. I really don't use everything as much. Anyways, let's show you what the end pantry looks like. So up here we've got all of our basics, but these are kind of like the odd basics that we wouldn't use as much. And then we've got like plain flour, self-raising, all the flours and powders and salt and sugar. Then we've got all of our meal bases and some nooch. Quinoa, spaghetti, rice noodles, brown rice. This is where all of our cans and vinegars live. We've got our dukkha and our yeast. And then this is the snack section. So it's usually a lot more full than this. We need to do our grocery shopping today. So that could be a contributing reason why this looks so very bare. And then down here we've just got Panadols and oils. Clearly it's not going to stay like that, and we do have a bunch of other containers for when we make new recipes or anything like that that we can put our ingredients in. But I'm really, really happy. It feels really good. I didn't expect it to feel as good as it does. I was kind of just like, yeah, that's a to-do I need to tick off, and now I'm like, yeah, content. Be happy.
Wow, very tiny.
It looks tiny, right?
It looks very tiny.
I didn't think it'd get that tiny, but I feel like I did a good job.
This is a really good job.
I know. Now we have this situation. Once again, probably something I should look at more often. It obviously needs to be revisited because it's not working for me. Look at this situation. I don't even know where to start. There's so much going on here. It still doesn't look fabulous, but it looks so much better. There was a lot of stuff that I wasn't actually using here that I used to use all the time. I thought I'd done this recently, but it must have been a while ago. But we have a whole situation going on here. I need to do some dishwashing. So I now have all of these empty containers and I really want to look at decluttering in here. This bottom part has worked really well. The way that I organized it the first time is like perfect, except when glasses make their way here because we don't have room up here. But up here, for some reason, just gets so cluttered all the time and we can never fit stuff in and it ends up going down here. It's just a pain in the butt. So I want to do something about it. What I will do, unsure. I'll go through it all, see what we can get rid of. I don't know there'll be that much. So, I don't know what's happening, but everything's working today. I put those containers back in here because I just know that I'm gonna use them again. We've got our glasses over here. This is literally like all the glasses that we have, just 2 for me and Luke. And then smoothie stuff over here, and we have another smoothie container. I'm gonna get rid of this. This is like old smoothie containers and some random coffee cups that were in there for some reason, as well as a few of these takeaway lids. So really nothing crazy, but looking at it, I'm like, yeah, like I'm really content with that. Sometimes it's just like the feeling of feeling clarified and feeling organized that you're after. Even if visually it doesn't look like amazingly organized, if you in your head know where things are, it feels good. So it's the next day now and I just have a few other little things that I want to get done around the house just to get my space together a little. Starting with that framed print out there. A while ago, like a month ago, it fell down. I ordered command strips, got the wrong ones, ordered them again. It's all taken its sweet time, but now I really want to put it up on the wall. So I need to clean it with this stuff first. I don't have Luke here and I'm terrified I'm gonna hang this like crooked. Actually I might get Amy to help me see if it's straight. That's a good idea. Okay, is that straight? I feel like it is.
That's me. And that's
Yeah, does it look straight in the camera? I don't know. Maybe it's a little crooked, but the whole house is a bit crooked, so.
crooked.
I don't think anyone would look at it and be like, wow, that's crooked.
That one looks in line with the ceiling.
That one looks in line with the ceiling, but does it look in line with the wall? See, I think it goes actually a little bit that way. But I think that's the problem, like the whole house is actually crooked.
Yeah.
So, muscles. Yeah. So the print is hung, but our house is literally crooked. So, well, our area of the house is crooked. I'll show you. So that is on a little lean, and then the top is also on a little lean. And that is because my dad, who is a computer programmer slash musician slash school teacher, built this whole area, which is still very impressive, but I mean, he's not a builder. It still worked, but I think the print looks like the littlest bit crooked, but enough for me to be okay with it. We're just gonna have to deal with it for now. So the next thing on my list is, it's like a yearly ritual to move my air conditioner into the shed. This is the blessed portable air conditioner that I hope one day to never ever see ever again. I move it here every summer because it gets so blistering hot in this back area. And then when it gets towards mid-autumn, winter is when I move it out. So that's what we're gonna do now. It's such a sad thing, but I look forward to this every year because I'm like, oh, my room is gonna look so nice and clear. Just that big bulky air conditioner sitting there is the worst. My room isn't particularly tidy now, but when it's tidy, you can notice that being gone. I'm so happy. Fingers crossed we don't just get like a random sweltering hot day mid-autumn. Wouldn't be that out of the norm. I'm just hoping. The next thing I want to do, and it's a really little thing, is to put a tripod that's taking up space in my room for sale. So this is the tripod that I used to use, and as you can see, it's kind of bulky. It takes up a lot of space in the corner. I've recently gotten a travel tripod, which I love, and I honestly think that I want to use the travel tripod just 24/7. Like, I don't see why there's a need for two. If you were a professional photographer or videographer, there probably would be a need, but for me, I'm just like, I just want something that carries my camera that's not too bulky and is nice and lightweight to carry. And I've got that in my travel tripod. So I want to get rid of that so that it's not just taking up room. Okay, it is up. I'm honestly not sure how buy swap and sell works right now, whether people are even allowed to come over and grab things. I think that they're lightening the restrictions so that you can go out and buy non-essential items next week, or that's what I've heard. So fingers crossed someone will purchase it at some point and I'll be able to get it out of my room. I'm really excited to do one quick sweep through of the house, get everything nice and tidy, and just feel the difference of having a decluttered bedroom, a sorted out pantry slash mini pantry, as well as the aircon being gone and the print. If you like this video, you're probably going to like my video on refreshing myself for a new month, because a new month is coming up. I'll have that linked on the screen. It's basically a vlog of me doing a whole bunch of stuff to feel fresh and reset for the month coming ahead.